Yeah, Kurt, we're talking 3 years, and obviously this is because of the pandemic in 2020 and 2021. But tonight was truly the first night for the community to get together in person to pay tribute to those 12 people that were killed and comfort their families. Now, residents felt it was important to come to this ceremony, which lasted about an hour and had lots of participation from first responders and city leaders, including Mayor Bobby Dyer. Now, I talked one-on-one with Dyer, as well as another city council member who was fresh on the job, just sworn in months before this all took place.
It's just one of those things you never prepared for. 6 months when I won the election and came on as a new council member, that's when the tragedy happened. It was devastating, you know, to the community, to myself.
I do have a request. If you would each love one another, do something kind.
We're honoring them 3 years later, and I just feel so bad that innocent lives were taken recklessly.
Lakita C. Brown.
The family needs prayer and support, I'm sure, and I just wanted to be here.
Ryan Keith Cox.
A lot of tears are being shed. A lot of prayers are being prayed.
Herbert Ray Burt Snelling Jr.
You still feel that the actual incident in the recent 3 years has still rocked the foundation of a great city. The one thing I found out about Virginia Beach is the resiliency and tenacity of the city and how we came together as a city. The tremendous response of people. I'll tell you what, in spite of a tragedy, it was heartwarming. And we continue to be that way.
Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. The road least traveled is our very own Virginia Beach Boulevard. However, we must allow ourselves the grace and the time to become familiar with it again as we continue our journey of progress, realizing that together we are resilient.
The city of Virginia Beach will not be defined by an ugly act of ego. We will be defined by the character and the people of Virginia Beach, who are truly remarkable people, a remarkable community, a safe community.
And special thanks to News 3 photojournalist Justin Fleener for putting all that together. And Kurt, you and I were both out there. It was just a very emotional night, you know, just taking in what happened over the last, 3 years ago and everything that the community has come back for.
Well, and I was struck most, and I'm glad that you included her comments from that public utilities employee, Bettina Williams, because she was saying just something simple but powerful, like love one another. Be kind to people, and man, we so need to hear that when you get on the news every day.
And that's the thing. I mean, the timing of this with mass shootings that have happened in places like Buffalo, New York, Uvalde, Texas. And I asked Mayor Dyer about that.
I saw you talking to the mayor. What did he have to say?
So he has calls into mayors with the cities that have been impacted by recent mass shootings. He says he has reached out to them, but he said to go ahead to they have his number. If he wants to give them a call back whenever they feel it's right, because he said it's just the shock of it, when it first happens, and then having to go through the recovery afterwards. So, but he said it's amazing the last 3 years, the resiliency of the city has had.
All right, Zach, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Local Congresswoman Elaine Luria, I saw her out there tonight, and she released a statement about the anniversary saying, quote, "The terror and tragedy of that dark day shook our community to its core, and even though time continues to pass on, the loss remains with us every single day," end quote. Luria also mentioned the grief of the people in Uvalde, Texas, Buffalo, New York, and Laguna Woods, California, following recent mass shootings in those cities. We have a tribute video in remembrance of the mass shooting on WTKR.com, and you can find that story on our homepage.